Yes, 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 yes. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know what day it is. Guess
Mhm.
what? We're back.
Back. Yes.
Welcome, welcome, one and all to Dating University. I am your co-host, Professor Charles, along with my beautiful co-host.
Professor Brittany.
Yes, and where we discuss the good
The bed
and the ugly.
of all things dating and relationships.
Absolutely, man. Brittany, take it away.
It
Because
feels
I
so
usually
good to
because I
be
usually
here.
start. I usually start. So I'm gonna let you
No, it's
you start.
fine. Happy Thursday. I love it. I love it. How was your day, first of all? Let's check in.
Man, my day is way better than the last 3 days.
Mm,
this
yeah,
this
mine
this
too.
this working for other people thing is coming to its last leg, man.
Man, it has been a week. It's been a very long week. So I'm definitely on my phone like, Friday, is that you?
Listen, I'm calling out
You.
like
I'm excited. So yeah, welcome. For those that have already joined us, we're so excited to have you. Do we have any announcements before we jump into our topic for today?
nothing new. We're still the closing has the voting has ended for the our nomination for podcast of the year
Yes,
for the Baltimore Impact Media Awards. The ceremony is, oh God, 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
So we're excited. We got our fingers crossed. We got our toes crossed. You know what I'm saying?
Hearts crossed, eyes crossed, all that stuff is crossed.
We appreciate everyone who voted. We appreciate
Yes,
you so much. Hopefully we win. If not, hey man, we were nominated.
I have my speech ready if we do win. So just
Hey,
know it will be like I'm winning an Oscar. I will make
absolutely,
sure that I shout you out, Charles,
absolutely,
because you
absolutely.
have an amazing weekend that weekend as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
yeah, other than that, if we're good, let's dive in. You
Man, let's
ready?
get it. Yep.
All right, so let's do an opening question first.
Okay.
Charles, have you ever in your dating experience learned something from the person that you're dating and held it against them? So if they divulged information from their past, have you
Mm.
held that said information against them?
Mm. I'm gonna say yes.
Do tell.
There was one person that I was dating that she chose not to disclose her mental health status.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
and I had to find out the hard way.
oh.
And yeah, it was I
So when you held it against her, what did that look like? Did you call it off right then and right there, or did you just phase out into the abyss of
to be
nothingness?
honest, like it was during my time where I wasn't as upfront,
Sure.
as I am now, because I was like, I was so careful about people's feelings, all that other stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah, I kind of like faded away. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and fade into the background on you real quick, because that's a
Oh,
lot. At that point, like I wasn't I wasn't mentally prepared to deal with someone who had those type of issues. I mean, she
right.
had, hurtful tendencies,
Oh, like self harm physically.
yeah,
Okay.
self-harm, um,
Mm, wow.
manic, real big manic swings. Like,
Oh,
I mean, to the point I was just like, oh yeah,
it's a lot.
not I'm not licensed enough to handle this.
Where's Carrie when you need her? Right.
Right, right. Where's our
Poor
resident
Carrie.
therapist?
Yeah. I can think
I know what
of.
time.
Yeah, I could think of a few incidents where I held something against somebody I was dating. There was
Oh,
one guy, and he was telling me that his father was getting out of jail, and he had committed, I mean, a heinous act against someone
mm,
else. And once he told me that, I was just very fearful. I didn't even want to be in the same room with this guy. I'm like, he's
Well,
getting out, and he's like, yeah, and I'm just like, getting out like into the free world.
yeah, into the free world,
He's
like
like,
yeah,
yeah. I said,
yeah.
after doing that, he's like, yeah, he served his time. Excuse me.
Mm.
Um, hmm.
Now, was he supposed to
Well,
be like? Was he supposed to be in the same space as the guy you were seeing, or he was
yeah.
just
I
like,
mean, he was gonna end up living with him, but
oh,
I wasn't even comfortable being in the same room with him. I didn't want
mm,
any of my family or friends in the same room as this person.
okay,
So instead of me, you know, being super anti and making things
yeah,
very awkward and tension filled around him, I just opted out. I'm just
dang,
like, yeah, I gotta hold this against you. Like,
yeah, I
even though
get it,
you
I
didn't
get it,
do it, you're attached to that person.
right,
And yeah, I think I'm gonna just back out.
right. Man, it's funny. We all have our breaking points. We all have our things that we're not willing to deal with, um, either because of an experience or
Yeah,
past trauma of dealing with that same kind of situation,
yeah,
or it's just you get that uncomfortable feeling in your gut, and you got to go with
yeah.
your gut. Like you
I
have to
judge.
go with your gut.
Absolutely. I
I would
judge.
definitely, because because this is someone you're choosing to have in your space or to
Right.
not be in your space.
Right.
I can see if it's like kind of something a little closer, like family that you have to see all the time, but even then you can drop them off the face of
Yeah.
the planet.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I can admit I judge. Like there are certain things that I would tolerate and would not tolerate, and I will judge you for when it comes
Mhm.
to dating. So that
I
is
get
an
it.
awesome segue into our topic for tonight.
Ooh, we going there.
Disclaimer: we ain't talking about this no more after tonight.
Eesh,
Once we
eesh.
address this topic tonight, it's staying here tonight. I don't want to
Okay.
talk about this in 2023. We're not
Okay.
talking about it in 2024. In
Got it.
2025, hell no, we're not doing it.
Got
So
it.
tonight is the night. Get everything out that you have to say about this topic because
Okay.
it's staying in 2022.
Okay. All right. When and that topic is
Body counts, the
oh
numbers game.
again body
Body
count too.
counts and the numbers game.
Mm,
That's what we're calling tonight. Body count, the numbers game. When
okay.
we say the numbers game, what do we mean? The number of people that you have slept with, the number of people that you have had sexual relations with, penetration.
Had to give him
Okay.
Bill Clinton. Got to give him Bill Clinton on.
So we are talking about this tonight.
Mm,
I'm asking our daters, Charles, I'm posing this question for us to discuss.
really?
Is
Okay.
it fair to ask someone that you are dating the number of people that they have had sex with? Is that a
It's
fair
only
question?
it is only fair if you guys are, in my opinion, if you guys are moving towards exclusivity.
Okay.
But I preface that. I really do preface that.
Okay.
I'm prefacing it because it's really nobody's business. Like in my opinion, it's nobody's business. Like, okay, what does it matter? Like, if that's the thing that's gonna break you away from what we have going on, do we really need to even continue with the conversation of being exclusive or being, because you don't know what my past was. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know
Hmm.
what headspace I was in, So yeah, nah, like
Have you ever asked anyone, Charles? Have you ever asked a woman her body count ever in your dating
I
experience so
think I
far?
have. Yes, I have. I have. I have back in my
It's
young days. And then I was only I and I have asked again after I was asked what my count was.
A woman asked you? How did she
Oh
ask?
yeah, oh
Did
yeah,
she just say, "What's your number? What's your body count?"
yeah, in that sort of way. Yeah, a couple times. It was. I
Amazing.
mean, it was straightforward. I mean, it's
Fascinating.
it's one. It's not a question that you can, you know, finesse and ask. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those direct questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Oh, Andrew said, "What are we 15? like, like what
You
the
know
heck?"
what's funny? I've been asked that question several times by men within our
Mm.
first day of getting to know each other. And
First day of
my
getting to
follow
know
up
each other.
exactly. My follow up question is, what will you do with that information when I tell
What
you?
will you do with it? That's the
If
question. What are you
if
going to do
and
with the
when I
information?
tell you, what are you going to do with that information?
Is
And
that
so I
going to
said,
determine like how you press up on me?
well, what I've noticed with some men, and I wanted to talk about this
Mm,
because I've seen some comments down my news feed for some of my Facebook friends
mhm,
that tie number of sexual partners to level of promiscuity.
mhm.
And in their eyes, that's a deterrent from wanting to talk to that woman.
Yeah,
So if she has a high body count, then she's quote unquote for the streets.
right,
And then he doesn't want to deal with her.
right,
But what
right.
number, like, in my mind, I'm like, so what number that makes her for the streets? Is it over one? Because I feel like no
I
matter
mean,
what
because
number is
if you
said
if
over
you
one, it's a
right,
problem.
right, if you go about what these these guys are talking about, it's like, oh no, like you can't, like we talked about this before, like you can't have it both ways. You can't have a freak in the sheets, but somebody who's inexperienced and don't know anything about having sex. So you got to pick your battle.
It's
So it's
insane.
either you got to teach somebody or you might get to it.
Or you just can both have fun. How about that?
How about that?
You know, when it comes to asking people's body count, that's a very intrusive question.
It
It's
is.
a
It
very
is. Depending
personal
on what. Yeah.
question, and it's an offensive question.
Mm,
You know,
I wouldn't say it's
I have
offensive.
yet to find a reasoning
Mm-hmm.
that justifies why that question is valid.
Mm-hmm.
Because if someone says, "Oh, I'm just concerned about sexual health," okay, that person could easily just get a
Yeah.
sexually transmitted disease
Like,
test.
like,
They can go
look.
to the doctor,
Here's my chart. Bam.
right?
There you go.
I just feel like as
like,
long as that's in the works, I think that's fine.
right.
Um, again,
Right.
someone could say, "Well, I just want to know how many people you're having sex with currently." That's
That's
a
a fair
different.
question.
That's a
That's a
different
fair
question.
question.
That's a different question than body count, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had someone say, "Oh, I just asked because I was curious for my sexual health. Because if she's having sex with, let's say, 5, 6 people at the same time, that's not something I'm really looking for. But
That's
that's
not
not
something
the
I'm
same
looking
as
for.
body count,
Mm-hmm.
like overall body count." And let's be honest, I want to ask everyone: if
Hmm.
somebody were to ask you your body count, close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes and imagine I'm asking you, what's your body count? Are you going to feel embarrassed by that number? Are you going to actually tell the truth about that number? Like, how does that make you feel when someone asks you that question?
Hmm. Hmm.
Will you
Hmm.
answer truthfully?
Hmm.
Or will you divide by 3, take the square root,
Amen.
subtract 4,
Come
and then
on
add
now.
point 0, then add 0.001?
Listen, algebra.
Okay.
Hmm.
Antoine says he wouldn't answer.
That's good. I mean, hey, Darius has a good point right here. Like, would you ask a sex worker their body count?
Ooh.
That's a
So
that is
Mr.
a
D. Bev has tied in one of our previous lessons into this
mm-hmm,
lesson.
the pay for
He
play.
gets a gold star.
Man, I got a
He gets a gold
whoo.
star. Get a gold star, honey. Would you ask? Not embarrassed. I would answer honestly. So, friend, would you feel a way that he was even asking you to begin with?
Mm-hmm.
I find that again to be a very personal question. When people ask about finances and bank accounts, all of a sudden, how dare you?
All
Why
these
do you
numbers come up. All these numbers matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And Charles, there you go.
All
There
these
you go.
numbers matter all of a sudden. Like,
If you need to know my body count, I need to know your bank account.
right.
Let's do that. Let's talk about that. I want to see
Right.
your last 90-day transactions.
Mm-hmm.
Please and thank you if you want
Mm-hmm.
my body count.
Right. Doing a doing a hard inquiry when your hope facts.
But what saddens me about that question, Charles, is
Mm.
that I just need to understand the source of it. Like, why would you want to know? Do
It
you think
stems from back when we was in middle school and high school, and I don't understand how it continued to linger into our 30s, into our 40s. Like,
okay?
if you really, really think about it, everybody should be in double digits. I mean, if you have been out there, look,
Look, here's the thing. Charles,
ain't no judgment here at Date University. Not one bit.
it's said that women can't handle the truth.
Mm,
When it comes to this topic right here,
yeah, men can't
men
handle that.
cannot handle anything over zero.
Right. It's crazy.
If you were to ask me and I said one, who was that one then? When was
Right.
that one? Was it today? Was
Right.
it yesterday? Last week?
Right.
Was it?
Right.
Was he better than me? Was he bigger than me?
And now I
Was he better
think
looking than
I
I?
don't know if that's rooted in like
Ego.
the ego and the conquering part of our DNA, what I'm saying? We want to feel like we've been the best, or what have you. You know, I learned a long time ago, don't ask that question.
Don't
Don't
don't.
ask that question.
I mean, seriously.
Unless you really want to know the answer, you might get embarrassed.
I mean, Dee Dee brings up a good point. Like in high
Mm,
school, some men inflated their numbers just to be cool. And there are some
hmm
men that will inflate their numbers in their adulthood to make it
Listen,
seem like they're heavily sought after when your body count could be -3.
right.
So, are we being truthful with these numbers? Again, what's
A
the
lot of
reasoning
people
for this
are.
information?
A
What's
lot
the
of people
reasoning? But what angers me about this is that why are men, I'm speaking to the men that were on my timeline that
are.
watch this show, why are we tying the number that a woman gives you to their promiscuity to their overall value as a person that's dateable or not?
Mm,
I would never date somebody that had a high number. I would never take her home to mom. Okay, well then
mm,
don't take her home then.
mm,
What
mm.
makes her sexual openness with you and her honesty so unattractive to you? Is it because you're not one of those numbers? You're trying to get to be one of those numbers. So I'm trying to
That's the
understand
thing.
what the big issue is.
Hmm
How does that make her less dateable because she's had sex? Isn't that what y'all want?
I don't know. Like I said, man, like you can't have it both ways.
So
You
this is
really
why we're
can't.
coming back here tonight because this is something we have to talk out and flesh out. For those that ask the question, figure out why you're asking it. And
Hmm
then once you get the answer, what are you doing with that information? If the same thing you're asking is the same thing you're willing to answer, okay, by all means.
hmm
By all means.
Right.
But will you be truthful? Again, it goes back to will you be honest?
And I doubt it. A lot of people aren't. A lot of people aren't. There are people who have really, really high ones and they lower their number just because they can probably, keep the person that they're seeing interested. Or
Mm-hmm.
that, like you were saying, people who inflate their numbers so they can
Mm-hmm.
seem like they're up there. They got
Right.
it like that.
Right.
It's weird. It's weird. Like, why are we doing this? Like, after high school, like, why are we even? Mm.
But what's
Like
good
honestly,
is
like
that
like Darius said something like that. Like I really like, woo, I don't, man. There's something I done forgot. Be honest with you.
what
Hmm.
forgot.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just if you're gonna ask that question, I guess for me, like, if you're gonna go there, let's go there. Okay, how many times, since we're speaking of numbers, the number of times you've been to the doctor in the past year?
Mm.
Does
Mm.
your doctor visits then correlate with your number of people? Are you using protection with said people?
Hmm.
Like, if somebody's gonna be bold enough to ask me that question, I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna ask even more.
Right.
Where was your blood work done? What was the date?
Right. They'd be like, wait, whoa, HIPAA violation.
Can you provide documentation for me? Like, if you're gonna open the door,
Hmm.
if you're
Hmm.
gonna open the door, oh,
Right.
I'm going to walk
Again,
through, and I'm
like
bringing stuff with me, and I'm gonna make
like
myself at
these,
home.
like if you start going down that line, like you honestly have to be in a space of getting to exclusivity. I mean, to be fair, like my girlfriend, she man, listen, she is a healthcare worker. She was on my ass. You hear me? Like she like, I want to know the numbers. And not even the sexual number. It was more like my own health numbers. Like she was like, if I am going to go down this journey with you, I need to know that you can be around for more than just a year, and I'm not like burying you in in like a year or so. But I get it. And that was after some real conversations, and we were already in the process of be like, okay, look, we're exclusive, this is where we are. you know it is what it
It's
is. Like,
it's
but if you're just
intention.
asking, like, oh, what's your number? Are you just like, and like you said, like, are you just asking for a reason to like, all right, is this, do I need the, how much effort? And let's be real, how much effort do I have to put in order to bed you? Like, that's the real of it. Like, if it's low, then I mean like, oh God, now I gotta play the 50, play the good guy, you know what I'm saying, until I get the ass, and then I'm gone. Or if it's high, it's like, well, psh, man, I'm gonna get this girl a chicken box and a couple sodas, and we,
Oh,
we
okay,
gonna go chill.
okay.
I
No,
don't know. I don't know how. I
that's
mean,
real. No, it's real.
I'm speaking from a male perspective. I
No,
don't know
that's real.
what
I didn't think about
I don't know
that.
what
I didn't
women.
think
I
about
don't
that.
know what women do with that information. Like, how do y'all process it? Like, say if a guy was dating you, right, and he came to you, or you came to him, and you asked him what his number was, and I'm gonna give you two scenarios. Okay, he says, "I have three." What's your first? I mean, immediate knee jerk reaction? Three.
Cool.
Okay. You ask him his number, and he says 117.
Wow, you're honest, and you probably got some good peen.
Okay.
You
Hey,
probably
well,
got
hey,
some.
so
But
again,
here's the thing. Here's the
we're all
thing. Let me
we're
let me
back
get
to this.
let me
We're
get
back to
deeper
this
with that.
fact.
Let me get deeper with that. The guy
Okay.
that says three, I will assume. You know what? This guy only has three.
Mm-hmm.
He is probably low key. He's
Mm-hmm.
probably chill. He probably invests and probably will put his focus onto me. I think this could be a good situation. The 117 one, I
Mm-hmm.
know I'm gonna have some problems. I
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
If it's that good where he is 117, I know that in the shadows lurking, there are about 4 or 5 that are in his inbox trying to get to him. There are
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 in his text messages asking him what he's doing tonight. There's one showing up at his doorstep with some
Mm-hmm.
DoorDash and a bottle of
Mm-hmm.
Moscato.
Damn.
I have some competition.
Mm-hmm.
Been there, done that.
Mm. Okay, we got a good comment. Tony says, I think about it where a man is at that point in his life. If a man wants to finally settle down, he may be wondering if you had so many sexual partners, what is the possibility that he may be only a number and not just another sexual venture? I think I know what he's. I think I know what he's saying. Um,
That
it's
sounds great. That sounds great. It does. It does. But
it does.
these men on my timeline have some nerve. The
Mm,
You got the streets talking about the streets. Tony, I love
mm,
your point. Your point is valid. I'm not
absolutely.
negating that it's valid. But the men on my timeline that are saying, like, I don't want these whores from the streets. You're the streets.
You're the streets. You're in the
I
streets.
know a good
Somebody
4 or
said
5
117
women.
might be toxic.
I
You
know a
damn
good
right it's
four,
toxic.
five, six, 7 women that have dealt with that same man in the span of like 2 months.
Right, right, right.
Nerve. I think for me, it's the source. It's the
Mm,
source. So,
mm.
Tony, when you said Charles, can you read it again? Because
Okay,
it's
let me go.
valid.
Let me go back
I
into it.
appreciate that.
So he said, the man may be wondering if you have many sexual partners, what is the possibility that he may only be a number and not just another sexual venture?
That's a
Like,
valid
I get
question.
that. It's fair. It's a fair question to ask because it's like, okay. I mean, because we look at y'all the same way. It's like, damn, am I going to be another notch in your belt? I mean, because there are some bold and very sexually open women out here that are just like, I'm out here to get mine. Like, you can get down or you can get gone. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, y'all remember Samantha from Sex in the City? She was out here getting it. She was goals, yo. She was like, she was goals.
I
I was
mean,
like,
what
man, she out here living her best life. Shorty out here at 50 something years old, out here getting it.
sexual liberation? There's nothing wrong with it as long as
But
you're
we placed it,
safe.
we placed this chaste kind of nomenclature on our women.
Right, Charles. There it is.
Like I don't
There it
understand
is.
it. Like I don't understand it. Like I know for me, like I I don't want somebody who's inexperienced. Like I've done that before. Like I've dated a virgin before. Like I was in a
Really?
3 year relationship with somebody who was a
Whoa.
virgin.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it
Pressure.
was pressure.
Mm.
Ariel Lennox ain't got shit on me.
Okay.
Pressure. Shit.
That's a lot of pressure. But it all, I mean, here's the thing: when you're the first, you're the best. So it's also an ego stroke too.
Bang bang.
You're funny. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, and this is for the men. If there are any men watching, Charles, you too. If a
Mm,
woman were to tell you a relatively like what's a relatively high number for men? Like let's talk. We're here. Give me a number that you feel like
I am not
is
gonna go first.
high. Huh?
I am not gonna go first.
Fellas, give us a number. Give us a number. There was a man that thought a single digit number for a woman in her 30s was high.
Are you serious?
Yes,
That's
it was
dumb.
too high.
That's dumb. That's dumb.
So
That's
I'm
dumb.
curious,
I
and
mean,
this is
okay, all
good
right.
for
We
the
can, all
women.
right.
We can
Okay,
see how men
okay,
think. Give us a good number.
okay,
10.
okay, okay.
Tony, thank you. 10's a high
10.
number. Okay.
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 10 is a low ball for me. I mean, I don't know, maybe because okay, probably since the age of what 15, 16, we all started, you know, dilly dallying. You know what I'm saying? Um,
10.
let's
10.
say you had let's all right. Let's say you had one person from 15 to 17. Y'all break up. You meet somebody else. You give them up. So that's two. something really don't really flesh out too well, so you move on. 6 months later, you got another one. That's three. Then by that time, you're looking about 18. So now you're out in the world.
Oh, he
You're
said
out
10
here
and 8
dating.
months time.
Oh,
But
10 and 8
Tony,
months.
Tony, you
10.
bring up another good
Woo!
point. You bring
Woo!
up another good point. Tony,
Woo!
you bring
What?
up another great point. Men
Jesus.
will ask the numbers question,
But not ask
but
the
they
how
never
and
get
what's.
granular. They never get granular. So let's say I say 6, and you're like, bet. It could have been 6 that morning.
Damn.
It could have been 6 before I met you. Like
Mm,
literally. I'm
mm,
coming to you smelling like musk,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
red diamonds, Old Spice,
This nigga said red
cracked
diamonds.
pepper, whatever the
I'm,
Polo
I'm out.
Sport, Curve,
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
smelling like 6 different colognes. And because I say 6, you're like, bet, cool, low number. Like
Right.
if you're gonna ask the numbers question, you better be specific as
You
hell.
gotta be.
How many people over a 10-year, 20-year, no, over your entire sexual history, give me your overall number. If you don't ask it that specifically, I could say 3,
Right.
and
And
you
I
know,
had 3 in the last year or so.
five
You know what I'm
minutes.
saying?
You never know.
It's again, you ask people ask these questions, but they're not asking them the right way, and you're getting the answer you're asking for. It's like me all the time. I was like, I'm not an open book, but if you ask the right question, you damn sure
Yeah.
gonna get the right answer.
Ooh. Okay.
So all I'm saying is like,
And here's the Charles. Here's the thing. Ooh, what if you're really feeling her? Like, fellas, seriously, what if you meet this woman and
mm-hmm,
she has the face that will go any place? She
mm-hmm,
has the body of a Coke bottle, like
mm-hmm,
body on 10, face on
mm-hmm,
10, personality on 10.
mm-hmm,
She can cook, she
mm-hmm,
can clean. You're talking for 3 months. Y'all
mm-hmm.
get to the conversation, and she says, somewhere around like 210. What then? You've invested your time, your
Woo,
energy, your feelings,
woo.
that good stuff.
210?
To be hit with the 210.
Woo, woo.
You got,
That's a
I mean, she had a good time in
that's
college. She's an adult. She has, free reign over her body. She wants to get it
man,
in.
that was the
210.
whole that was the
210.
whole freshman class. What's going on?
I mean, 210 is lowballing for some of these people out here.
And then you're not even counting, same sex, because a lot of people don't even think about that. But all right, back to your 210,
But
210 is
she checks
210
off
is like,
she checks off every single box that you want in a
of course
woman.
she done,
But
of course
you happen to ask that question,
she
and she
she done
bursts
got
your bubble.
for
210.
all my gamers out there. She got all the XP. Like she
210.
she in the end game. She got all the
210.
she got the golden sword. She got the platinum
Nope.
shield.
She comes
Of
with the
course she know how to
paper.
do all of these
She
things.
comes with a clean bill of health. 210. Are y'all staying with her or not? She is everything you want. Everything you want.
If she's everything I want, then the 210 really don't even matter. As long as I'm 211 and stay 211 and like none of the other 210 exactly. As long as them other numbers, my man Napalm, I swear to God, he comes through all the time. Unless those numbers don't come back to haunt us, like everywhere we go, we run into a
You
casualty.
imagine, but here's the
It's
thing.
cool.
Again,
But
every box
we
checks
live
off.
okay, I know for our podcast listeners, I know that you guys are like from all over the planet, and we love y'all so much. But we live here in Baltimore, Maryland. When I say Baltimore, Maryland, is about 470,000 people, something like that. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little
Yep.
bit less. I'm not sure, bruh. You
Can you
bound
imagine?
to you bound to run into hey
Can you
Keisha,
imagine
what's up,
though?
Shug?
Like, y'all go to the movies. Okay, I gotta tell you, so it's Bob is here.
Mm-hmm.
Then y'all go to the market. Okay, ooh, Steve.
They
That's that.
say this is a real small
Then y'all go.
town.
Then y'all go to the gas station. Oh, here comes Roy. Oh, yikes! Then y'all go to, let's say, another Royal Farms in the same day. There's Ted.
Mm.
Would you still feel away, even though she checks off
I will
everything?
definitely feel away. Like it's been like it's like it skits on YouTube and TikTok that I've seen that has just cracked me up like that. Like around the way chick. You know what I mean? You know, she got all these bodies and dudes just like, yo, stop, yo. Like she introducing these dudes that she's already been intimate with to the guy as like, oh, these are just my homies, these are my brothers, these are my blah blah blah. And he like, and she's introducing the bodies to the guy, like, oh yeah, this is my man. He like, yo, this no I ain't your man. Like, get out of here. Like you for the streets.
For the
It's too
streets.
much. It's way too much. It's too much.
210? 210?
Again, it gets to the point where it's like that question really doesn't have any merit because I'm like, yo, you meet people in the middle of their chapter. Like, you don't have no claim or right to understand what happened in their past before you. You don't have no right to.
Isn't ignorance bliss?
Hell yeah, for 210. That's blissful.
I
I'm
look,
like, I'm like this with it.
my husband never asked me that question. I've never asked my husband that question because I don't want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to know. I don't care to know. All I care about is when it's you and I. That's all we need to. Hello.
That's it. That's
It
it.
needs to be you and I. And
Right.
that's it. The only
Right.
number I care about is that other one.
Right.
One
And
plus one equals two.
if somebody happens to come up, let's have the discussion.
Right.
Like,
Right.
mm,
I've been with a chick like that. That is annoying. Every dude you walk past, you start thinking she know her.
mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm.
I mean, well then, at least
I
you
mean,
know
I mean,
at least you know you got somebody with the good. What's wrong with that? She got the good. What's wrong with that?
yeah, that good can get you in trouble though, boy. I
Well,
swear for God.
it's your good now.
Yeah, it's my good, but shit, do I gotta fight because some other motherfucker with the good back?
I
I don't
mean,
want to fight.
if she rocking with you, she know how to push him off to the side and say,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't back then. You didn't want me. Now I'm hot. You all on me.
Mm.
That's why they're coming back. It's not because they want her per se. They want the access to her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Y'all.
So 210, y'all.
210 is a hell of a number, yo. Like,
Look, if
God damn. Like,
all I care, really, all I
all I can
care
pray
about.
is like at least can like a portion have like in jail now. Some of them died. Like,
But
some of them
it
got
doesn't even have to be
married.
local. You can have some.
Some of them turn gay on you. I
No,
don't
some
know.
of them could have been abroad when girls go on trips. Women go on local and
y'all out,
domestic
y'all.
international
Oh, let's
trips.
talk about that. Like y'all go hard with y'all. Oh, it's a girls' trip. Yeah, y'all out there getting there.
I mean, it could be in different states. It could be. I mean, it's not just always going to be local.
Yeah.
So that's a saving grace.
Mm, mm,
Yeah,
man, I don't
it
know.
is a girls' trip. You know what? I always told my husband, you are never going to the DR. Never. I have never talked to a man that went to a wholesome DR trip.
There's nothing wholesome about the DR.
If there is one, I'm serious. If there is a man that went to the DR and they were wholesome the entire time. And the men that were with him,
He a
send
lie.
us a DM to Dating University and we
He a
will give
lie.
you a surprise.
He a lie. He a whole lie. Ain't nothing wholesome about the DR. I'm trying to tell you
I've
what I
seen
know.
some of the most wholesome men go there, and they've told me some
Exactly,
stories.
Andrea. Or Brazil. Brazil is cool.
Or Brazil. If my husband ever came to me and said, "Babe, I think my friends want to go to the DR or Brazil," on your way, just draft up divorce papers because just draft them up. Tell me you want a divorce without saying you want a divorce, because you're gonna act a whole fool. You're gonna act a
Yeah.
whole fool.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. So let's say you meet a woman
Mm-hmm.
and she says, like, in your case, Charles, I'm a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
Then what? She has no numbers to work off of.
I
But
can't
my
do it
thing is,
now.
will men believe when women say that? Like,
Hell
will
no.
men believe?
Hell no. No. No.
It's so funny because
The
even
only
when,
way we'll believe the only way we will believe it if we're the ones who go inside and we feel that hymen just
oh my gosh, but Hyman's break, you know what?
Hammond's
We may
break
have to,
outside of
yeah, we may
Hammond's
have to
break.
do
I've,
a
I've
dating
seen I've
university
seen women
sexual
I've
education
seen women
class.
who play volleyball and basketball and and all these other things and their Hammond broke from those sports. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, some
I
men will
do.
do that. They will pull that Hyman
But
thing.
nah, I'm not into no pushing forward, y'all. Shit. You gotta
I'm
know what you're
just,
doing. You gotta know what you're doing. Please.
yeah.
Please.
I mean, just from the women's standpoint, I'm just tired of
Mm,
having to advocate on women's worthiness because they choose to have sex outside of that person.
mm,
Like, I just think it's unfair. I think it's stupid
mm,
to tie a woman's worthiness to her sexual promiscuity. Like, who are you?
mm,
And why would you ask? I just don't know why. If I could get a legitimate reason as to why a man would ask, Tony, thank you for yours. That was great. If I could get one that would just click and say, you know what, that makes sense.
mm.
Huh.
Hmm. I had a I had a thought. It's totally off of what we're talking about, but I'll
Mhm.
save it for another
No,
show.
it's okay.
I'll save it for another show.
No, come on. We're here. We're here.
Okay, so you mentioned the worthiness tied to a woman's promiscuity, right?
Hmm.
Don't some women do the same thing to a man's bank account?
Do a little bit more. Um, do a little bit
Like
more.
the worthiness,
Okay.
like, oh, he's broke, or or here we go, because y'all women have been riling out this whole week. From the sucking paint down to the body shaming, the dick shaming. Um so yeah, like what where's that fall into play? Why is someone's penis size not considered the worthiness? Like what is that about? Like
I mean, here's my thing. If you're gonna leak something like that, it needs to be leakable worthy. And it wasn't. It wasn't. What was the purpose of doing that? My issue with him leaking it, quote unquote, is
mm,
his face wasn't on camera. That
mm-hmm,
woman's was. So
mm-hmm,
while he's getting the attention with his manhood, you have a
mm-hmm,
woman whose whole face, her recognizable face, is
mm-hmm,
now on camera, and she didn't
mm-hmm,
ask for that. She didn't consent for him to release that.
mm-hmm.
That's my issue. So again, I'm a body shame him. Yeah, to take the attention off of her. I absolutely will.
Oh, that's an interesting thought process. a little
It's
round,
unfair.
a little roundabout, but I'll give it. I'll give
No,
you.
for him
I'll give
to
you
have the
partial. I'll give you
audacity,
partial credit for it.
for
I'll
him
give you
to have
partial
the
credit for it.
audacity to be like, "Oh, I'm really sorry to the woman and to her family," that's damaging as hell. If he didn't have a recognizable voice and was moaning and stuff, that could have been any old body's manhood. But
Mm-hmm.
you cannot say, "Oh, that wasn't me." It was clear as day that woman. So
Mm-hmm.
for her to be broadcasted without her consent, I think that's messed up. So anything to get the attention off of her, absolutely.
Hmm. Maybe just for you, but a lot of other women have definitely. Oh God, and Lil Fizz, yeah, y'all clown. Oh my gosh, like
He leaked that too.
that wasn't
Sometimes
even a link. That wasn't even a leak. Like he has an OnlyFans apparently,
sometimes
and
you have to be humbled. Like some people get on their high horse, like I'm the creme de la creme. I done pulled this woman. I done pulled that woman. I got this much money in my bank account. I got this. I got that. Okay, you want to tie everything in your manhood to your penis and your money. We know you
mm.
got money. Let's see your penis. Oh, that. So
So here's
that's
my
what you.
question: why do a lot of people feel like because a person is a celebrity that they're walking around with a mandingo? Is it because of the lyrics? Is it because of how they present themselves? Like,
I don't know. It could be the energy. It could be, I mean, outside of the money, there's a
mm,
curiosity of why are women just pining after these men? If you take away the money, would they still be there?
mm,
It could be the energy they give off, the vibe they give off. Some men
mm,
have BDE.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Lil
mm-hmm,
Fizz never gave me that, so I wasn't really shocked. Nelly never gave me that, so I'm not really shocked.
mm, mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm with Didi. They were just bored.
I get that. The first thing that popped in my mind when I heard about it, I was like, "Oh, does he have new music coming out?" Like that was the very first thing like that popped in my mind. Like, what better way to get people talking about you, knowing that you got like, "Oh, I got a new album coming out. I got
Exactly.
a new single get ready to drop. I got a new project that's get ready to come out." Then to be like, "Well, I mean, because Kanye do the same thing. He stirs up controversy, and then he drops an album, and all the sycophants would be like, "Oh, it's the best thing that ever been written, and nothing is better than." And I listen to it, and it's absolute garbage.
Right.
Like we're off topic. We're off
Yeah,
topic.
but no, you're fine. But you've seen this whole numbers game play out with celebrities as well. Like
It
looking
does.
at Nick Cannon having 8 children by God knows how many baby mamas. I mean,
That pisses me off more than everything else.
but people have made it out to be a joke. Like, him getting a vending machine with condoms in it. They're laughing with him as
I,
opposed to laughing at him. But then you
and
have
that's I
someone.
think that's the problem too. I think that's the problem too. Like it's only now that you understand, like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't be sitting up here just spreading my seed all around.
But here's the thing: on the flip side, we have Lil Mo. Lil Mo has, I want to say, 6 or 8 kids. I'm not
I
sure,
think it's
but
eight.
it's
I
six
think
or
it's
eight.
eight. Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: she got on the radio, and I appreciate her for saying this. She said people kept coming for me, telling me I'm for the streets. I'm having all these babies, but I was married.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I had my babies, I was married to my husband.
Same thing with Kiki White. Like she got
Right,
hella babies. She
right.
got
But
I
they're
think
with
she has
her
I think she has
husband.
a like 9.
9 or 10, but these are with her husbands. But
Exactly.
again, when we're looking at numbers from their perspective, it's like, oh gosh, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
But with Nick Cannon, it's like, oh, ha ha. Like, oh, he probably got somebody else pregnant. It's a joke. We can laugh. We can play around with it. So they
I
play with
I mean
ladies girls too.
I honestly never like when I heard what he was doing, I was just like, nigga, why? like nigga, why? Like why would you do that? Why would you set your children up
Right.
for such BS, because there's going to come a time when you aren't here and all of them are going to be vying for your fortune.
Yep.
Now you're putting kid against kid. Oh, well, I was born in January. Well, I was born in December, so I'm born before you. So all this is mine. What? Then you lost a child, and then you go out and have a baby shower with the new one. I'm like, the fuck? So you continued,
No.
and then you're not even, you're
Yeah.
like, you're not even. Granted, like, okay, the children are probably going to be taken care of, but
Mhm.
are they?
Right.
How can you effectively be a father
Yep.
outside of the home of
Yep.
where all 8 of your children are?
Yep. Oop.
Oh, you out of here.
Right. There we go.
Like, like you turned a stereotype of black men that already has it. Like, all we do is go out and make babies and leave.
Yep.
And then you turned around and you made an entire joke about it. Like, I don't get it. Like, and I understand. I heard. I'm not gonna say I understand. I heard his reasoning, but his reasoning is dumb. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you are setting all of your children up for failure.
Mm-hmm. And I
This is
mean,
not
from
something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying it's just unfair. It's just unfair that he has the luxury to, take his situation and spin it into a joke and something positive. But with the women that are celebrities, they don't have that same luxury. It's always some kind of criticism. Even with Kim Kardashian getting married 3 times. Oh gosh, like she really know how to run through some men. She's marrying them though. We're not even talking about just purely just sex. We're talking about marriage. And who,
I have
she's
my
been
I
around.
have I have my thoughts about the Kardashian clan.
I mean, granted, they've been through their fair share of men, sure, but there are men that have been through quadruple the numbers of them.
That's true.
Quadruple,
Very true.
quadruple. And,
Very
I
true.
mean, these men are open about it. Like they're open about their sexual escapades. They're not trying
Mm-hmm.
to hide it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have our usual suspects that we talk about on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Future is he don't care.
No,
Future
not
gonna
a,
let you know I'm
right,
dealing with a whole bunch. That's it.
right, right, right.
I'm gonna have
Exactly.
a flock.
Right.
A lot of these rappers are self-proclaimed
Mm-hmm.
thoughts. I got women on women on women. Like that's just how I am.
Mm-hmm.
I have the money, I have the access, I have the power, I have all that. But let a woman turn around.
I mean, they had a whole problem when Cardi B and Meg the Stallion came out with WAP. I was like,
Oh my god! And to hear the men complaining,
I
I'm
was like,
just
wait a
like,
minute, like, wait a minute.
wait, like, isn't this what you? Is it
For the last 20 years, like half of your albums have been dedicated to misogyny and
right?
promiscuity.
Promiscuity,
And
right? Like I'm
you
help
get
me,
one more, you get one song with a woman who's like
right?
telling you,
Right.
like, is and you're gonna like it.
But you know what?
Hmm.
A lot of these men are openly criticizing just for optics, just to look like
Just
something. But whole time they be in your DM, like with them two big eyes, like
like
remember that WAP
the
you was talking about? Can I get a picture?
little dangly thing in the back of your throat. Can I see that? Like,
Right. Probably you probably can't even reach it, sir. So let's not go there.
y'all gonna stop penis shaming. I swear to God on everything I love. Y'all, I'm
Yeah,
tired of
don't
this shit.
do
I'm
shit
speaking up for
on it.
all my little brothers out here. Um, I'm speaking up for y'all. I got
I
y'all
will
back.
never look at the
Um,
mushroom emoji like that ever again. Yeah,
Jesus
I will never
Christ.
look at the mushroom emoji. I never want to hear another Nelly song. Um,
Oh my
Nelly,
God.
I'm sorry, honey. It's
Y'all gonna stop penis shaming.
I just think he's
Y'all act
trash
like
related.
y'all act like that I can't stand. Like I can't stand how women will be like, oh, he got a little dick. Like we got something to like we got something to do with that. Like we have something to do with that. Like we're
I
out here
know.
and going to the penis store. Who was like, you know what I want? Give me, give me the, give me the princess toad. Give me the toadstool. Give me, give me the. give,
Can I have the Vienna sausage, please? Yeah,
give
that
me the give me the give
Hand
me
me
the
that
Morton
Vienna right there.
sausage.
Right next to the Mandingo. Give me that
Give me
Vienna.
that one. That's the one I want.
Give me that Vienna right there with a little
Like
extra
this
sauce on it, a little extra razzle dazzle. Give me, yeah,
right. I'm
that one.
trying to tell you, I'm gonna spring up. y'all get on my damn nerves, but let us criticize one stretch mark. Let
I
us
mean, we deal with it on the
criticize
daily.
one saggy titty.
I
Let
love
us
it.
let us criticize, you know, some labia that just happened to be. But let
Ooh,
us do that. Let us
have
do
you?
that, and the world
Ooh,
will turn on you like a fucking alligator. Like, I don't understand.
we're just matching the energies. We're
That
just
is not matching energy.
we're just matching the energies. That's all,
That's that
y'all.
bullshit. That's that
Excuse me.
bullshit. Yeah.
Y'all, on that note, we like to keep it to an hour. Are we at 8:30?
Yeah, we're right there at it.
I hate it, y'all. I hate that we have to do this, but we like to adhere to our class schedule. We
Yes.
don't have any upcoming events, but be on the lookout for our online dating workshops. We are bringing that back to a platform near you. Once
Yes, I want to
we,
see more than three of y'all next time. So stop playing.
yes, yes. And we do private sessions, after everything was over. I did have some individuals say, I'm not ready to publicly be out there with
Mhm,
my dating intentions around a group of people. And I
mhm.
understand that, which is why we offer one-on-one individualized
But
services.
there's a
So
cost. So don't even think for 1 second it's free. Look, listen.
invest in yourself. Invest in
We've
yourself.
been doing this a long time. We ain't nobody's experts, but we seen a lot. We've talked about a lot.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of experience. So
Yes. So be on the lookout for that within the next week or two. Once we post the flyer, please share it with your friends, your
yeah.
family, share it with your enemies, share it with anyone that you know, coworkers, your doctor, your lawyer, your
Yes.
baker, if you go to the bakery. Um,
Shit, we may need a lawyer after this episode.
yeah. So again, we're not talking about this
but,
ever again.
but we're
We're
not
not.
talking about this topic anymore.
Stop asking. You know what? That's my final thought. Stop asking. It doesn't matter. There are more pressing questions to ask than somebody's body count. Someone's body count does not equate to their dateability. I may have made that
Mm.
word up. It does not.
Oh yes, oh yes. The Johnstons, yes, yes. They're gonna talk about it one more time. They're gonna talk about it one more time.
Yeah.
Follow the Married Life on Facebook and Instagram. LYFE, the Married Life.
Sure.
Follow them. They're
Follow
really
them.
dope. So yeah, they're gonna talk about that.
Yes.
They're gonna come at it from a married couple perspective. So
Boom.
check them out. Check them out. Check them out. Again, follow them. The Married Life, LYF.
Yes. I have nothing else to say. Next week is
Um,
Valentine's Day. We're doing a
yeah,
pre-recorded show for Valentine's Day.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So we will be with our Valentines. And on Thursday, next Thursday is the 17th. We want you to take that time to watch our pre recorded show with your Valentine. That is
And
your
then it's
homework.
my
And it is
birthday.
his birthday. Are we doing something for your birthday?
No, because I won't. No, no. Dee Dee's taking me somewhere. I don't know. So,
Woo! So that is your
but
homework. You are
so yeah,
off.
next week, because it is my birthday, there will be a sale on all our merch. So I'll make sure I'll post that.
Buy some merch. Buy some merch. Buy some merch. Buy some merch. We love you all. Have a great, great Thursday. Love you much. Bye.
Peace.